Hello and welcome to this overview of flexible classrooms at the University of Saskatchewan. A number of classrooms at USask have been converted into what we are calling flexible classrooms. With flexibility comes the opportunity for students to collaborate, practice, and receive feedback on their progress towards course learning outcomes. All the while, they're building disciplinary knowledge and skills and becoming engaged and agile collaborators. As the instructor, student learning becomes visible to you. This allows you to better assess their progress and focus your instruction and plan activities on the areas and topics that need it the most. This video will help you envision ways that you can leverage the flexibility of these classrooms. First off, I want to point out the furniture types within these flexible rooms. You're typically going to either find tablet armchairs on casters, or you're going to find tables with chairs, and in those rooms, either the tables are on casters, the chairs are on casters, or both. You can see in this image, we have a classroom with these new tablet armchairs where the students have a nice large tablet surface and there are multiple wheels around the bottom of the chair, which allows it to move around very easily. In this image, you can see the tables and chairs on casters. A key feature of flexible rooms are the whiteboards that are around the room to support student collaboration. The power of the flexible furniture is that you can easily switch between setups depending on where your students are in the learning process for a certain topic. The furniture allows for quick rearrangements of students and groups. The layout can be determined by you based on the design of each task. In this video, I'll start by looking at some strategies for the tablet armchairs on casters, and then look at some for the tables and chairs with casters, recognizing that strategies I talk about for one will also apply to the other. First off, I'll just show a standard layout for our room with the tablet armchairs on casters. So this is a standard layout where the instructor is likely delivering some sort of content. A nice feature of these spaces, though, is that there is enough room for the instructor to be able to move around the edge of the clusters of students through some middle aisles, maybe 1, 2, 3 middle aisles, depending on the room, around the front, around the back, around both sides. The benefit of being able to move around the room like this is that you're much more easily able to assess how students are progressing in their learning. This would increase the contact and connection each student has with you as the instructor and allows you to provide much more specific feedback. When you're ready to shift to more collaborative work, the tablet armchairs can quickly and easily allow students to form groups. When in groups, the students may discuss content, discuss questions, or work collaboratively on an assigned task. With this furniture, you can also easily arrange into a circle for a discussion. In this arrangement, no one person dominates, not even the instructor, and it is clear that the class is on a learning journey together. The groups we saw a moment ago may also rearrange to be working on the whiteboards around the room. Each group's work is written on the wall and can be easily reviewed. This type of activity embodies the idea that different perspectives shape richer understandings. As the instructor, you can move around the room, reviewing the whiteboards, circling key ideas, highlighting areas of strength or areas for improvement, and then use these circled and highlighted ideas as part of a full class debrief with specific examples coming from the students. An effective extension of this strategy is to have the groups rotate through the whiteboards to review, build upon, or give feedback on the work of previous groups. As the instructor, you should give students criteria to use when reviewing and providing feedback to the other groups. Depending on the task, you may actually ask students to rotate several times. And this strategy may be called a gallery walk or carousel. In some rooms, you may find that there's not enough whiteboards for every group. In this case, you could determine a strategy for the other groups without boards to display their work. Or you could actually shift the size of the groups to match the number of whiteboards available. Another thing that you can do to increase the number of students that can collaborate on a whiteboard is to forego the furniture and have the students who are able to stand around the whiteboards. These chairs easily push into the middle of the classroom to create space. This new layout would work well for a strategy called body voting. Body voting is similar to polling, but students actually physically move to a corner of the room based on their selection. Conversations can occur between those in a corner, or you could group students based on opposing views. Another strategy to consider is the jigsaw strategy. It can work in any space, but a flexible room is a perfect space for it. Students work in groups to become experts on a certain topic, problem, reading, or case study. Each group works on a different topic, and once they gain expertise, the students are strategically shuffled. New groups are formed that contain experts on each of the different topics. For example, each of the 4 blue group members are now distributed across the 4 new groups. Students can then each share what they've learned or tackle a new problem that draws on the expertise of all group members. Jigsaw activities can be effective in a wide variety of contexts. As well, the Jigsaw activity could be tweaked to leverage the whiteboards. Similar arrangements to what we just looked at can be made in the rooms that have tables and chairs as the furniture option. Here's a standard instructor-led content delivery layout. Again, there should be enough room for the instructor to be able to move around the edges, around the back, through aisles, to be able to interact with and provide feedback to all students. In this layout, you can see that the tables have shifted to groups working at the whiteboards. Or, as we saw before, the furniture, in this case the tables, can be pushed to the middle to create more space for collaboration at the whiteboards or for other strategies like bodybuilding. In the table layout, you could also move all the tables to one side and have students bring only their chairs to form a circle. So overall, I hope you can see that these rooms are very flexible. And they're not just flexible in the way that one day you could do a lecture and another day you could do a group activity. They're flexible enough to be able to shift between these different styles and layouts within one class period. As I mentioned at the beginning, this flexibility allows the opportunity for students to be able to collaborate, practice, and receive feedback on their progress. And as the instructor, their learning is going to become so much more visible to you. This will allow you to focus your instruction and your activities on the areas that need it the most. I hope you enjoy teaching in these flexible spaces.